It is Thursday, November 4th, 2021. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to my New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. I'm speaking quietly, and this might end up just being a test. I don't know if I'm going to have time to solve the whole crossword, but I figured I'm set up actually in a hotel room for the next few days, which is why there was a different puzzle up on the channel. I didn't know if I'd have time to solve the Thursday crossword, and I still don't know if I will. But I did put up that the first ever Will Short's crossword today. I thought that was a really fun puzzle. I really enjoyed it, and I thought that would be a worthy substitute for the daily. But I'm here in the hotel room, and I'm testing the setup, and I figured let's load up the crossword and see how much of it I can solve in the brief time I have. We'll just have to see. So I'm going to dispense with all of the typical preamble. I'm not going to read any comments from yesterday's puzzle. I'm just going to start solving this crossword constructed by David Steinberg and edited, as always, almost always, as we know from earlier today, by Will Shortz. Ready to get started? Okay. I hope I'm loud enough to hear. I'm just trying to not make noise because someone's napping behind me. Okay. Periodontist's specialty. Is that gums? A periodontist that gums. Goes all out. Speeds or... not quite seeing it. Tank top. Gun, is that getting at a gun on a military tank or something? There's a question mark, which indicates some sort of pun or wordplay, but I'm not sure, so let's move on. A wedding worker. Something about a union. An usher, maybe? An usher would seat people at a wedding. Like 1 in 6 New Zealanders ethnically. I'm pretty certain this is Maori. Oops. No, that's right. Nope. Okay. Right away. ASAP, as soon as possible. Right away. Goes all out. Is that speeds something? No, I don't think so. Okay. Let's just keep going across. Where students might kick their feet up. A desk, perhaps? Let's check the crosses. Home to the Willamette Valley. Is that Delaware? Not sure. Game that has 54 blocks? Not sure. What secures a kimono? I suspect actually this isn't desk, because I think what secures a kimono is an obi, a sash, particular Japanese sash. Also, I apologize if there's a lot of noise or if the sound quality is not great. I sort of messed up my remote setup a bit. Unfortunately, I forgot some components, so I'm not sure this whole thing is going to look and sound as nice as I would like it to. And speaking quietly doesn't help because it lowers the signal to noise ratio. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. So, where students might kick their feet up. With that O, I think it actually might be a dojo, sort of a bit of a clever way of indicating, kickboxing or karate kicks or something like that. Nearly pointless with a question mark indicator, which you almost don't need even the question mark pun indicator, because I think this is dull, as in a pencil. Has nearly no point at all. It's dull. Here we have blank eats Uber Eats food delivery service. Home to the Willamette Valley. Oh, wait, no. Not... Is it Oregon? Is there some sort of theme thing and it's a homophone? And we're looking for the state of Oregon, but it's spelled differently. Not really sure. Game that has 54 blocks. Jenga, I would think, with this fill. Let's keep going. Attacks from all sides. Strafes, perhaps? Probably put an S at the end. Yes, and fleur de blanc, fancy salt. Fleur de sel. Sel is actually... salt in French, and so fleur de sel is sort of the flower of the salt, I suppose, the sort of cream of the crop, I guess, that's sort of indicating. Currency in Pakistan, I believe, is the rupee. Engage in gasconade or fanfaronade. Is that bragging? Is that to brag? attacks from all sides. Beats or bests, maybe? I figured it out. Oh, yeah, it could be one of those, actually, because I figured it out would be Eureka. Oh, what is this? Webmaster of the outer skin layer. So we have 2 clues. That might... I wonder if that's related to that organ thing. Let's just keep solving for now and see what... Oh, here's another one. Only Monopoly of Railroad whose name doesn't contain railroad. Boy, I do not have any memory of that at all. Laughing gleefully. Shortling, laughing gleefully. Font, whose name is a homophone of 20 across. Well, with this fill, I would say Arial. And a homophone of Arial is an aerial, like an antenna on a car. I think Arial is used to, often on the east coast of the US, I think that's more common. Goes all out, could be sprints. I'm not quite sure what's going on in this puzzle just yet. Some sort of theme. It's Thursday, so it's not surprising that we're getting something strange. Anyway, this is not strange. This is traditional media category, print. That's quite straightforward. So here we have tank top and we have gag cap. It sort of looks like gas cap, tank top, gas cap. Oh, I think we've got another rebus on our hands. Yeah, so I know rebuses, not always popular. So if you're not familiar with a rebus, I like them personally, I have to say. I enjoy figuring out rebuses. So a rebus, in the New York Times crossword anyway, is the term used when more than one... No, wait, sorry, that's not what I meant to do. When more than one letter fills a single cell. And in this case, I think we're spelling gas cap for tank top. In other words, the top on a gas tank on a car. And that leads to this sort of German-looking creation here, shortling. But I think what's happening is that in one case, it's shortling, and in the other case, it's shortling. Or maybe actually that explains why I thought maybe this was Oregon. I thought initially it was Delaware, but I think it's Oregon now. And I think maybe we can put the rebus here as well. And then we get Oregon, the state of Oregon. That's tough if you don't know U.S. states or geography. I mean, I only barely did in this case. And then we have short line. I don't remember short line at all from Monopoly, strangely enough, but I guess it must be in there. Anyway, let's keep going. Seriously overcharged is gouged. And Pennsylvania's blank center for the performing arts. I don't know. They may be full of natural light. So natural light is a beer brand that is often referred to as Natty Light, and I think is sort of a staple of university frat parties and things like that, where you might have kegs of beer. Okay, a rock that's often cut open would be a geode, cut open to see the sort of sparkling hollow interior. And ermine in the summer, this is a, I think of it mainly for the fur, so in the summer. I think it's a stoat, sort of a, I don't know, ferret-like creature, ermine. But its fur is associated with royalty. It's very distinct. It's used to make very distinctive garments. You sort of kind of have sort of studded with little, I don't know the terminology for any of this, I'm sorry. But if you look up ermine furs, you'll see what I mean. You'll recognize it from period pieces, films, and things like that. Okay, Bordeaux red. Claret, perhaps? I mean, I know that claret is a red wine. I have no idea if it's from Bordeaux, but it fits the crosses, so let's go with that for now. Here we've got another one of these. Webmaster and of the outer skin layer. So of the outer skin layer could be epidermal. Does that help up here? Attacks from all sides. Oh, right, of course. I'm not going to get that until I get the down. Sleepy time, e.g. Sleepy time tea is a sort of, I think, vaguely licorice flavor. That's probably not actually licorice flavored, but I feel like I've had sleepy time before, and there's the slightest hint of a maybe sort of anise licorice sort of flavor. Anyway, webmaster. Spider-Man. So, which way does that go? Oh. Attacks from all sides, besets. There we go. I didn't, that fits perfectly. I mean, attacks from all sides, besets. He besets you. He attacks you from all sides. There's something about it that seems slightly off, but I'm pretty sure it's right. And I'm probably just thinking about it incorrectly. And then that would mean down here it's Spider-Man and epidermal. Right. Okay, there we go. So do these follow the same pattern? In this case, the first... Right. Never mind. Of course. It's just that the first letter is the one from the first definition and the second letter is the one from the second definition. Right. I was thinking, is there a sort of a cross down thing going on? But that's totally irrelevant because it just pertains to which clue has the split in it. So in this case, it was a down that had the split, whereas in this case, it was a cross that had the split. And then the other direction uses all the letters. Okay, sorry. That was all sort of clear, but I just hadn't fully walked through it. So that doesn't help with Philadelphia's Center for the Performing Arts, but what is this? Removes as a lapel microphone. On clips? Yeah, okay. That fits. A lapel microphone, a lavalier microphone, I think they're also sometimes called. The sort you see people use on television sets where they have it running up their shirt and clipped onto their lapel. This looks like it could be man or mon, as in Thomas Mann. I have no idea if that's correct, so I'm going to leave it for now. See ya, ta-ta. Carnitas holder would be a taco, certainly something I don't have often anymore, but miss from having grown up in Southern California. Desserts dusted with cinnamon sugar. Beignets are donuts often. I'm not sure. Let's keep looking. It took the iconic photograph Pillars of Creation. Is this a space probe or something like that, maybe? I'm not sure, though. Let's look at this. Bound. Lunge or leap. Oh, it could be. Yes, here we have another rebus. So this will be one extra letter here, 2 letters in this cell. So I bet it is leap. Let's see if we can put that in and if that ends up being helpful. Setting for the Sound of Music and Greyhound Journey. So the Sound of Music was set in, was it Germany or Austria? I guess Austria fits with that A. And this is so clever, this whole crossword. This whole puzzle is very clever. So a Greyhound Journey, Greyhound in the US anyway, is a bus operating company. They're a private bus operator. And so, oops, what did I do? And so this could be a bus trip, Austria and bus trip. It's what an interesting collections of words. I mean, it's the thing that's impressive about this is that these are fairly long words, Spider-Man and epidermal. What a fascinating thing to recognize that Spider-Man and epidermal, which are not words that are pronounced in any way similarly. They sound nothing alike. I wouldn't think they would look alike until I see them written down and realize that it's only the bookend letters that you change. That's fascinating. And similarly, short line and chortling, I suppose they sound a little bit more similar. But Austria and bus trips certainly don't. I mean, once you know what you're listening for, they kind of do, but I wouldn't think of them as being similar at all. And that allows us to fill Scandinavian pop group, which is, of course, ABBA. Okay, to make quickly as a pot of coffee. To brew up, I suppose? I don't see how that's necessarily making quickly. Maybe it's partially referring to the speed of the brew, but partially referring to the colloquial nature of saying, I'll brew up a pot of coffee. I'll make it quickly. I suppose that's, you could sort of, yeah, maybe. Pointer controller is a mouse, something I'm not currently using because I forgot to bring it. Desserts dusted with cinnamon sugar. Courgette? Obviously not. It took the iconic photograph Pillars of Creation. Texters, I meant to say, BTW, by the way. Hubble. Oh, Hubble Space Telescope, not a probe. So I was completely on the wrong track with that. The Hubble Space Telescope took the iconic photograph Pillars of Creation. I think I actually, now that I know it was taken by Hubble, I actually think I know what this photograph is. This sort of two, I don't know, nebulae or something. I don't actually know what they are. Galaxies. I don't, but I sort of have it in my mind. I'm just not sure exactly what it's depicting. Okay. Blank force, brute force, move slowly. To inch to, I don't know, need more. Oh, churros are desserts dusted with cinnamon sugar. A hallmark of theme parks, certainly. The first Fabergé egg was created for one, a czar, I would assume. Oh, and we never took advantage of our rebus here. A coastline feature would be an inlet, I suppose, which I think is maybe also sometimes referred to as a ria. It can come up in crosswords as well. Oh, we've got two, I just noticed over here, 44 and 46 have almost, but not quite, the same clue. 44 down, we have again with an ellipsis, and 46 down, we have again with an exclamation point, both of them in quotations, so both of them referring to spoken phrases. So in this case, I repeat, I guess, and in this case, again. Do it now. Once more. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not seeing it. Let's do this. Goodness me. Oh dear, I would think. Does that help? Again. No. Mayhem could be havoc. Does that work? Some daily temps. I wanted to say highs. Let's see. Do we have a rebus situation? We do. Expensive bar and not letting go. So I bet we can just fill in highs over here and see if that leaves us in good stead. Oops. Okay, expensive bar and not letting go. Holding on. Expensive bar. Golding on. Golding. Oh, gold ingot. Sorry. So here we have, which way does this go? Gold ingot first and holding on second. Yes. Okay. Malicious group of computers. I'm not sure. Brouhaha, an ado. Ado is pretty common in crosswords generally. British Columbia neighbor, Idaho, presumably, a state in the north of the United States, so therefore bordering Canada. A Hanukkah chocolate shape must be a coin. I think I maybe vaguely knew that. Again. Enough? I mean, that's sort of the opposite. Again. I'm sorry, what is that? I don't know. Police drama starring LL Cool J. I don't think I even knew that LL Cool J was in a police drama. NCIS, I bet. I've heard of that. acronym, certainly. But I don't know what else. I'm just guessing it's a city abbreviation. LA, New York. It's two-letter cities that are common in crime dramas. But let's look down and see. Again, encore. Literally, again. Yes, that should have been more obvious. What separates money from everything? Not sure. Bricks sold in sets would be Lego bricks. Legos, technically inaccurate. They are Lego bricks. They are not Legos. Legos, both the brand name and also the collective noun. Not that that really matters. It's the kind of thing that pedants point out, and I suppose I am often one of those. Something that falls in the fall. An acorn, I suppose? What separates money from everything? Oh, money isn't everything. So here, right, we have the question mark, the pun indicator, and that's indicating that in this case, it's not a particular word that is the source of the pun. It's the whole meaning of the phrase. It's almost a joke. It's saying that in the phrase "money isn't everything," is the word that separates money from everything. Without "isn't," it would just be money everything, which means nothing. So "isn't" separates money from everything. A malicious group of computers ends with net. Botnet, maybe? Is that a group of computers? I didn't even know what a botnet is. It's the sort of thing that has come up in the news in recent years, but I don't actually know what it consists of. Prefix with label. Eco. Eco label? Is that correct? What does that mean? Eco label. It's something environmental, presumably, but I don't actually know what that means. Test site is a lab, so everything across looks correct. I guess eco-label means something. Someone will tell me to comment, presumably. Okay. Move slowly with an O is going to be ooze. Comes up in the crossword not infrequently. Mothers of Invention musician, that would be Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention, his band. Puppy pickup place. The nape of the puppy's neck where the mother might pick it up in her mouth. 1917 e.g. So this is in quotation marks, which indicates it's a title in this case. 1917, I think Sam Mendes film from a year or 2 years ago, I guess, is an epic, genre, war epic. Kind might be nice. Oops, pretty straightforward. Edge could be the lip of something, a dish, what have you. Oh, here's the revealer. Exactly where we might expect it to be, according to Lyell's law, towards the bottom of the grid in the acrosses. Hairy problem or a hint to this puzzle's theme. Split ends, hairy problem, because your hairs, the ends of them might split, but also we've split the ends of these words. Very clever, very well done. What a great theme by David Steinberg. And Elizabeth, who plays Wanda on WandaVision. I have not seen that, but I think Elizabeth Olsen, presumably, and that fits with NCIS LA, Los Angeles, one of the cities where crime shows are. Language in which ho and hoina, I'm sorry for presumably utterly butchering that, mean yes and no. If I had to guess based on these crosses, I would say Nepali, from Nepal, but let's just double check with some crosses. Help with a heist is abet, to aid and abet in a crime. Subordinate to. Right, yes. So it is, in fact, in this case. So there are two ways to read this and two different ways to understand it. There could be subordinate to, essentially a description, an adjective, saying this person is subordinate to that person. But you could also say subordinate to, and that would mean to subordinate somebody, a verb, an action, to put someone under you. But in this case, I happened to read it correctly the first time, and I think it's below. Someone is subordinate to someone else on a corporate hierarchy or something like that. Okay, outdated charging device. I actually have no idea. Pre-makeover self could be the old me before the new me of the makeover. Smartens up could be... Oh, wait. I thought that was going to be wisens up. Oh, no, wises up. Sorry, not wisens. Wises up. And a pinnacle is an acme, the very top of something. One component of a golf bag. Tees, I guess golf tees. Oh, I see. Updated charging device. A lance. As in The Last Duel, the recent Ridley Scott film, which I saw and very much enjoyed, actually. I thought it was very good. So does that complete the puzzle? It does. There we go. That audio was probably very loud. I'll probably have to adjust that. Oh, why is it blue? Oh, I have no internet connection. I loaded the puzzle, I guess, while I was on the hotel internet, and since then I have lost the hotel internet, so hopefully this doesn't ruin my ruin my streak. But I assume it won't. Once I reconnect to the internet, I'll redo the puzzle on my phone if I have to. In any case, thank you. Boy, I really hope that didn't ruin my streak. Every time I see the blue, it gives me sort of a minor panic attack. I'm sure it's fine. It always has been in the past when this has occurred. Anyway, I'm not going to go through the whole... I don't have my sort of materials with everything that I read out at the end. But thank you for joining me for this edition of the Daily Solve. Thank you to everybody who has pledged to the Patreon. I suppose I can thank the inestimable Hood Monster and the incomparable Shantanu Bhatia, because I thank them every day. And so they are in the old mind, but I don't know who else to individually thank today. So I apologize if it was your day. You'll be thanked tomorrow. And yes, thank you for joining me for this sort of impromptu. I actually didn't really expect to solve the whole thing, but I made it through. And that was fun. I really enjoyed that puzzle. What an interesting and clever theme. Very well constructed. And I'm utterly fascinated by how similar these words are, despite... I think the one that really stunned me was Spider-Man and epidermal. Those are just such different words. What a clever discovery. Some of them less different, but I mean, doesn't really make it any less impressive. This very, very well put together. Well done, David Steinberg. So anyway, sorry. Thank you for joining me on this puzzle. I hope that this video ends up going out. I hope I'm able to process it and upload it on this apparently very spotty hotel internet. We'll just have to see. And hopefully the next few days as well have videos. Fingers crossed for that. So thanks for joining me. I will be back tomorrow, presumably. But until then, have an excellent remainder of your Thursday. Take care.